Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Deeptown Divers VR. And today, this is the final episode of season 1, and we have an absolutely special guest, everybody. This guest, you would never guess who it is. It is such a special one for me, for everyone, for Somnium. You know who it is? It's our community! Woohoo! Hello! Hey! I'm so glad to see you all here, and it's past Christmas. It's a day before New Year, and there's no better time and place to actually record this episode and have a chat about everything we do in VR, about Somnium Space, about some stories. Just look back at the year 2020, whatever that year was. It's coming to an end, and yeah, we'll just mingle around, talk, have a lot of fun and discuss. So, without further ado, we'll be starting right now. So welcome everyone, and I see you have a very comfortable seat on those two couches. By the way, we are in a new gallery, which yesterday hosted an amazing event, and today it became a Deeptown Divers VR studio. And I guess just as a starting point, 2020. I don't even remember where this year started. Like, there's so much happened in Somnium and in the world for the whole year. Somnium has...
How this started? An absolute dumpster fire.
Yes, but it started as a dumpster fire. But in this dumpster fire, we as Somnium, we actually managed to change the platform, to upgrade it to basically, unrecognizable thing. Like we've just changed everything. There's so many milestones happened in the whole year. Like I don't. The road to SLO, for example, it sounds like it was yesterday, but it was already more than half a year ago. And in the beginning of 2020, we basically released an ability for people to build. If you remember, we will launch in February and people start building. I remember still this whole place, this whole Somnium place, without a single build. And now we're approaching almost 4 gigs of people-generated or user-generated content, which is amazing. There are so many galleries, there are so many builds. We've invited, or we met so many new community members. And I guess my first question would be to all of you, whoever wants to say, like, what was your first encounter with Somnium? Like, what do you remember? What brought you to Somnium? Because I know some of you are here from Somnium 1.0 version from a long, long time. Some of you are newer members. So whoever wants to say something, what brought you here? What was the first encounter with Somnium? Yeah. Right, Terry?
Okay, way back in Somnium 1.0, I was looking for something to invest in and come across Somnium Space, and I thought, oh, I'll go and check out Artur, see what was going on. And he said, well, I've actually built this virtual world. And I was like, what, you've actually built the world already? And I jumped into VR, and we had a quick meeting. I'll be honest with you, I was blown away by the absolute vision that Somnium was. My idea is to bring all my family members from around the world so we could all communicate within Somnium, and that is exactly what we was doing. And then he said Somnium 2.0 was going to come along. It did, and I stood on top of the mountain. This is no word of a lie, with a gin in my hand and a Magnum ice cream, watching the sun go down. And I was totally blown away by everything that was happening around me, because no other VR world can offer what Somnium can. And I've been to them all, trust me. And that's pretty much my story.
Thank you, Terry. Yeah, but Denver, come in. Don't worry. We are having a Deeptown Divers. Come in. It's a community event for the final episode of Deeptown Divers. And thank you, Terry. I mean, I do remember when we met, and I do remember those days of Somnium 1, and I do remember when when I started Somnium, the idea was to say, look, we want to show to people what is the vision of this. But I don't want to show just pictures or whatever videos. I want to show at least maximum what we can deliver at that time, and that was Somnium 1, and it was a lot of fun actually. Somnium 1.0, we had some great times there. It was limited functionality at that time, but still, I do remember when we launched first Somnium 2.0, and here comes also Mickey with his memory as well, where we were standing in the top of the mountain and saying like, one day, this world will be full of builds. And we were imagining this and saying like, yeah, there will be so many builds and people will be doing stuff and I don't know. And here we are, almost a year and something later. If you go to the top of the mountain, you pretty much see all the builds everywhere, which is amazing. One thing I want to...
You only see builds.
Yeah, exactly. You only see builds. Not like there's no free freaking land anymore. No, there are some spots which are not built yet, but it's pretty much every day there is something new in the whole world. Now, I can tell you that for us as the team, I have a clear vision, right? And the point is, it was always, we always wanted to push the boundaries further. We wanted to do a little bit different. We wanted to do it how we imagined it, and not that how others are doing it. And I think it translated a little bit into Somnium 1. It translates into Somnium 2, obviously. But for me, the most interesting and the most heartwarming, can I say that? Yeah, heartwarming thing. I can say whatever I want. It's in my gallery here. Hey, but yeah, the most heartwarming experience is when I see people build their own houses, galleries, experiences, and then just loving them. And because I love my gallery, everybody knows that I love my gallery. So I know that other people do love their builds too. And this is, for me, this is the most important part. When people have good mood and good vibes from here, from Somnium, that's why we do it. This is the main driver, to let people do whatever they want, to let them build their dreams and stuff. So, okay, and anyone else, like, some of you are coming later, so you came later than Somnium 1 and you just joined recently. What was your experience with Somnium? How did you find us? What is your journey, even if it's a short one? I'm looking at you, Denver. Maybe you want to say something?
Can you hear me first?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
For me, it's my boyfriend that present me Somnium, and I was like, at the start, and and now I'm practically here every day.
That's good.
It's my first social VR game. I mean, and I discovered the social VR in this game, so
cool.
Value for me.
Cool, and you have a cool avatar, by the way, I must say. Yeah. So
almost done.
My story is like weird. Like it doesn't come from interest to Somnium, but like I didn't know Somnium at the beginning at all. Like no knowledge at all. But I was interested in Pimax because I was following the Kickstarter and stuff. And then I saw on the forum a post about a shop in Somnium.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that and was like, oh, that'd be curious to see the Pimax in VR, so I'll just try and download the game, I guess. And I also had no social VR experiences apart from undisclosed VR game.
VR chat! He means VR chat, everybody, it's VR chat!
But, like, well, I mean, in that game, I didn't really, like, I went there, but I didn't have any social interaction because social anxiety and stuff. But in Somnium, I started going to the meetups, and you remember the first one, like, I was completely muted. I did not want to speak.
Yes, I remember.
But then after a couple of meetups, I finally opened my mic.
Yeah, after a couple of meetups, Artur saying, hey, you speak, why does it, come on.
robot.
Exactly. I remember. Yeah, that was that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. And then I started going more and more to meetups, and I participated to the bowling contest, which I was second. Woohoo! And then I started getting interested in maybe implementing my own, like, my games and just showing off what I'm doing inside one of the parcels.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy one parcel and that's it.
Yeah.
I got one Excel, 3 medium.
Yeah, I know this. I know exactly. That's how it's like. I was like, I will get one avatar. That's it. Okay, and now I own like 4.
Mediums, one small. Yeah, so I've got a couple parcels now and a world now.
Yes,
And
that's
all those parcels I'm gonna show off stuff, I guess. And also because of Somnium, it just opened me to more social VR interaction. Like if I come back to that other social VR game, instead of being muted and just looking around and doing stuff with just friends, I actually discover new friends and speak with new people and go to public lobbies and stuff.
fantastic.
So it really just opened
That's
me
a cool
at,
story, man.
social interaction.
It's awesome. It's and I'm I'm very happy that I met all of you and I consider you friends. And that's another thing. Like I'm a happy person. I can do what I love, and I can meet amazing people every day. And when people ask me like, wait, so Artur, you're like a founder and a CEO of the company. Like, do you what? You go every day to the daily meetup? Well, that must be hard. Some people tell me. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? This is the best place ever. This is the best job ever. I'm looking forward to every day's meetup. Like, no freaking joke. Like, why hard? No, hard is actually to wait until the daily meetup. That's hard. That's the hardest part of the whole thing. So, yeah, I mean, Somnium One, for those who didn't leave through Somnium One, we had some. I mean, at some things it was basic, but at some things it was a lot of fun. And we had concerts, we had meetups, we had competitions, we have climbing competition. We had bowling alley. We had talks. We had everything. Snowball fights. I mean, we hosted some cool concerts there. I remember Kirza Moonlight. She was the first singer to sing in Somnium.
Yep.
And that was amazing.
Was cool.
There's still a recording of that on our YouTube channel, so you better go and check it out because that was freaking cool. And yes, I also want to say, and this is like no bragging, but I also want to say that we have consistently, delivered on what we promised, and this is just my responsibility. I feel we have to. So, the builder, when we released the first teaser of the builder, we said this will be like that. And even when we went in like 2017 with just a rough prototype of Somnium into the VR days into Amsterdam, and we showed the concept of Somnium, basically, and the rough concept of the builder and how it is. And that's where I met Philip Rosedale, the creator of Second Life, and then the later founder of High Fidelity. That's where we met, and we talked, and we got to talk more and more, and we did some partnerships and stuff. Hi, Philip, if you're watching. And we've showed it, and people liked it. Like the overall feedback. I mean, people. First of all, many people thought we were crazy. Like they were like, "You're building what? And you'll be doing what? And people will be buying why?" And this was like main questions. But few people realized, few people understood, and they said, that is a very smart idea, Artur. So yeah, that was fun, and we tried to, we said this will be the cornerstone. This will be builder will be very important. Parcels, people will be building. It will be persistent, and everything like this. We just said this how it will be, and that's how it is right now. So for that, we're very proud and thankful that we're able to deliver. But okay, back to you, because this episode is about you and, of course, your journey in Somnium and social VR. I guess I just want to touch a little bit. So, Jembe, if I may, you came and you rushed to Somnium. So you come mainly from Second Life, right? So you kind of discovered. Mm-hmm. How did you discover Somnium? What brought you here?
I was getting emails actually way back for a while, and I can't remember how I got on that list, but I did. And
Oops.
but I never really, never took them seriously. And but then I saw an ad for the Burning Man events, and it looked very interesting to me because I've always been curious about that, and the live performances and whatnot that were going on. So I said, I'm gonna check it out, and I really had a good time and met some cool people, and then I started coming to meetups, and before you knew it, I was buying a parcel and singing songs and having a good time.
Yeah, if you didn't visit Djembe's concert, I mean, you're living under the rock. And by saying rock, it's not a music type; it's a physical rock. You're living somewhere on the physical rock. One of the best concerts, one of the best days of the week is Wednesdays, where we get together on Djembe's parcel and we get to experience an amazing concert. And definitely, I mean, I used to be in Second Life. I used to be a DJ there. I've played a lot of Second Life, and again, my dream was always to be on the other side of the monitor, as I always say it. I wanted to be inside the world. It was not enough for me to look at this flat screen. And I know that it will sound crazy, but I always did, like, now I'm placing my tablet. Like, I always try to do, to put my eyes close to the monitor, as close as I can, to be as immersed as possible. And of course, it didn't work, but probably burned a little bit of my eyes. But still, I wanted to do that because I wanted to be inside the world.
And now what you do? You just slap a brick on your face.
Yeah, but wait a second. It's a fancy and expensive brick, okay? Now it makes me feel better, okay? It's a high-tech brick. It's a high-tech brick. And yeah, okay. Talking
smart brick.
Yeah, it's a smart brick. But talking about VR, actually, what is your take on the VR state of VR in 2020? Like, some of you started with VR 2-3 years ago. It progressed.
Hello.
What is your
five?
Yeah, but what is your take? Like, what did you expect from VR to be this year in general, and what it is right now for you? How do you deal with that?
To be fair, like, I was expecting, like, it's been like years since VR started. Like, I'm still on my original vibe to this day. Well, until soon, because I just ordered the index right now. Like,
Index!
I confirmation email, so new index ordered.
Index.
But like, I felt like I'm feeling like everyone's just staying on the standard, like, 100 degrees FOV, which is getting a bit old. Like, I expect, like, headsets to start getting bigger and bigger in field of view, like, not just resolution, but field of view, like Pimax did. But obviously Pimax was quite a big failure with all the headsets that have cracked and stuff. But yeah, it's like HP reverb 90 degrees, all the new headsets, Oculus and stuff, 90 degrees. Like, it's getting old, and the only headset that's high quality, that has a bigger FOV but not too much, still is the Index.
Yep. Yeah, and I agree.
I'd have to agree with him on that as well.
Yeah, I think
we would have expected more headset with larger.
We're at the point where Quest 2 resolution or HP Reverb resolution is perfectly fine. Like, it is very good. Like, you cannot have, like, even 2 years ago when I had my Odyssey Plus, Samsung Odyssey Plus. Hey, Samsung, do something! Come on! I'm watching you. But when I had Samsung Odyssey Plus, like, I don't see pixels there. It is almost kind of, you have to really look for them, but you cannot see them. But the FOV is important. So, like, widening the FOV, manufacturers would be nice. I mean, we don't need 210 degrees, okay, but 140 would be kind of nice to have. It's better than 110. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why don't we just widen it a little bit? Even though, we have screens for that, right? We have screens. Everything is there. We have folding screens. We have rolling screens. We have this screens, that screens. We have transparent screens right now. We have transparent cameras on the screens. We have everything. So I think we can deliver a little bit of wider FOV, right, manufacturers? We can agree on that. So next year, my message to them.
But I was surprised as well. Like I've heard, like I've seen some reviews of the FOVs as well. Like I've seen Pimax versus Index, and the small Pimax FOV is still bigger than the Index.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, exactly. But that's, Pimax, with all the bads and the goods, Pimax showed that it is possible. It is technically and financially possible to create a headset with a high FOV. Now, it's just on those...
Just the distortions.
Yeah, right. But
it's
a software. It's a software. You can do better software. You can do you can do better stuff, and people can deliver. Like for example, let's not forget about the what is the name of that headset with the high FOV but very crisp picture? Not the Acer from what is the name? Anyways, there is a headset for $3,000 and
is it the Star One?
Yes, Star VR 1.
No,
Star VR 1. No,
it's not that sharp. It's not that sharp anymore.
Right. Okay, but it delivers undistorted image, and I've spoken to
image full FOV, yeah.
Right. I've spoken to Sebastian, which is the best VR channel out there. 100%. Hello, Sebastian. MRTV. If you're not subscribed to MRTV, everybody subscribed here. Hands up. Who is subscribed to MRTV? Yep. MRTV. Yes. Okay. If not, I'll check back with you tomorrow. You should subscribe to MRTV. All right. So I've spoken with him, and
we've got gel guns.
Yes, exactly. We have gel guns here. I will come to that later. But so Star VR 1 is an amazing headset, as I heard, and I didn't try it yet, but. It is possible. Technically, it is possible at a decent price to deliver an outstanding experience. So, VR. Okay, what's your take? Let's dig a little bit into the general. Like, what is your prediction for 2021 for VR headsets and VR hardware market? Like, what do you think? What will happen?
Don't know about predictions, but we need competition. We need Facebook competition.
Yes, for standalone market, because this is really annoying. Screw Facebook.
Yeah. No company needs that sort of monopoly.
My perspective on that is we will not see a standalone platform. We will not see that. We will not see a competition to Oculus in terms of the platform. What we will see is a competition in a headset market where standalones will be able to wirelessly play Steam VR games. Once this is happening, I think this is kind of the ultimate like not an end point, but a very, very tough competition for Oculus to beat, because suddenly people will not be bound to one platform. People will not have to bow into all those terms and conditions for Facebook, and people will be able to play those games. And again, technically, we know it is possible even today. Now we just need a headset which does it very well. And of course, that headset has to be tethered and untethered, as Oculus showed that it's possible to do. And you just choose the mode, and you say, look, I want a crisp and maybe fastest and the best possible, thing to have and to play. I'll tether it. But if I want to play something through my Steam or whatever, I'll untether it. Now, of course, there's a question. You have to have a PC which can run Steam VR. But again, I think this is just I don't think we'll see the full-fledged competitor for Oculus in the platform game, but we will see a hardware play, which will maybe allow people to play all kind of games, and that I hope will happen in 2021. There are companies who can definitely do it, including Chinese ones.
Samsung.
And Samsung. Yeah, Samsung. Come on, man, come on. But Samsung.
You've seen your patents. We know what you can do.
Yeah, and look, if one thing, Samsung. If you will not put the charger in your freaking new phone box, you're dead to me, okay? I'm just saying. If you copy Apple in this thing, you're dead to me. Listen to me, okay? I'm a 10-year user of Samsung devices. Like, you try doing that, you're off. I'm just saying. But okay,
Oh, you
back
had some new phone.
back to, yeah, I have a new phone. That's true. That's true. But I still have two Samsung in my family. So I have still Note 9 and Galaxy S8 Plus. So look, and we have a new. Oh, by the way, we bought a new TV. Which will also display some of the crypto art I own. The Samsung Frame TV it's kind of like a framed picture on the wall. It's a super thin. We bought the smallest version. It was on sale, very good price, and it's an amazing TV, by the way. It is freaking like a frame. Yeah, you just look at it and you're like, yeah, is it image? Is it TV? I mean, it looks good. It looks very real. So, yeah, Samsung, you can do it. I know you can do it, but try not putting charger and you're off. This will be the end of the glory. But this message, we will not edit out. It will go into the world as a separate one. I'll tag you, Samsung, on Twitter. All right. So hardware, we hope that it will be competition. We hope that it will be standalone. What do you think about... Okay, let's still like ask like Pinder. You are an artist. You have AI robots. You do great stuff. How did you discover Somnium? What brought you here? You own 2 galleries now here, and you're, by the way, doing an amazing art. Big fan here. So
Over there.
yes, how did you discover this place? Oh, we don't hear you for some reason. Maybe you're muted. Let's check.
The silent artist.
Look. Sometimes silence is gold. Okay, I mean you can talk and talk and talk and talk, but in the end of the day, it's Pinder's art which shines, right?
You can do it.
Okay, still don't hear you, Pinder. That's interesting. Let's then. Who's okay? Zap.
Yeah, we can jump in and come back to Pindar, yeah.
Yes.
I can see Zap. Zap. How did you discover Somnium, Zap? What brought you here? Where did you hear about Somnium?
Well, I spent maybe about a year or so in AltSpace before I came here, and they had the big Educators in VR event, and they had listed a few different platforms that were support. I guess it was here too.
Yeah.
And they talked about Somnium, and I came in here and checked it out, and it was something that was far more interesting to me than what I was getting in AltSpace. You know, I really like building and stuff, and this was the perfect platform for that. And I really like the world. There's no other platform like this. You know, I'm tired of the beaming from closet to closet thing is what I always call it. And I like the fact that I can walk between my buildings, and just the building aspect of it was something that really drew me in. And the community too. You know, a lot of, like AltSpace,
thanks, Zach.
chat, you get a lot of children running around and stuff, and a lot of headaches. And I wanted a little more mature atmosphere, and not that maybe I don't maybe act the most mature all the time.
But he wanted the atmosphere. No, I mean, look, you give us a gun in the hand, and we all look like right? Like children. It's 100%. Like this is true. Cool.
I wouldn't mind just kind of, if it's all right, I wouldn't mind just kind of tagging off of what Zap has
Absolutely.
said. Yeah, I'm very, very new to Somnium. This is my probably 3rd time being in here, and the most people I've been a part of. The other day I ran into VR NATO Da Vinci, and that was my first interaction, and today has been, I guess, the most I've seen of anybody in here. And pleased to actually be a part of this and see what this is going on. I've been jumping in AltSpace regularly, stepped away from VR chat simply because it was, you know, the maturity, as he spoke of. I was really struggling in VR chat. AltSpace is interesting, but of course crypto has been a big passion of mine for several years, and finally stumbled upon this actually in AltSpace, speaking with people about crypto and discovering this place. So I'm very curious to explore and see what this place can offer, and anything that's I mean I haven't looked in too deep as far as like your vision and what you all intend to do with this space as far as the decentralization beyond it. And I'd like to speak more about that. And these are some of the questions that I have, purely because I do see things as we were talking about Facebook and in particular with Microsoft and AltSpace. We could be running into we will be running into censorship problems in the future, and that's where a decentralized platform I'm not sure really if this is designed to be decentralized or not, and what kind of freedoms and censorships are within Somnium. But very curious about all of that, and to see where crypto can integrate with within VR, because to me that is a very exciting future. And yeah, I'm just curious about the economic points of what can happen within a VR space, including crypto. And I'd like to learn more about your economic models with all of this, and how we can drive adoption, especially mass adoption, especially when you're competing with things like these platforms, these major tech companies such as Facebook and Microsoft, who have unlimited resources to try and attract mass traffic and attention there. So yeah, I look forward to learning about all that, and yeah, hope that this can be something to explore deeper with.
Fantastic. Thank you for saying this. And you touched upon many, and by the way, welcome. Happy to have you with us. And you've touched upon many interesting and important topics, and some of them I'll address right now, because those are questions I get a lot. And since we're talking about Somnium, and since this is the episode about all of us, and this is definitely a topic which interests people a lot, we will touch upon that. So I can tell a story how in general how the crypto side of something. We always said we are a virtual reality company first, and this is true. Our DNA as a virtual reality company. Now, I've been in virtual worlds since 1999, right? Ultima Online, Second Life, all those RPGs and stuff like that. And one thing I definitely encounter is when the company controls everything, it becomes a problem for the company. Like at one point, it becomes a big problem, and centralization becomes a problem. But I also knew that having a real economy inside the world is very important. The world cannot exist. So I want this Somnium to exist maybe 100 years, 200 years, I don't know, right? As long as I can see and imagine, I want this company to exist and this world to exist. Now, how do we do that? One part is living and breathing economy. If people can actually earn a living inside this world, doing whatever they will be doing, this will bring adoption. This will be a perpetuum mobile for this world. This will drive new people. This will allow people to exist here. This will allow people to spend more time here because they can justify time by actually making a living here. So all of those aspects are important. And we knew that economy is a very important part of it. Now, when the idea of Somnium came, so one thing I didn't want is that we do all things centralized. But at that time, you didn't have any, ERC 721s. You didn't have that standard. There were talks, and the blockchain was very early. NFTs were absolutely, almost absent. And also in 2017, there was a craze of ICOs and a lot of scams, right? People were, promising things and things like this. And for a long time, we said, look, yes, blockchain definitely is a good thing, and I always compared blockchain for those who don't know, who don't understand what blockchain is. You can say, look, blockchain is like torrents, right? When people downloaded files through torrents, once the file was out there at hundreds of thousands of people's machines, it was impossible to take it down. You cannot take torrent down because people can share peer-to-peer. And blockchain was kind of, in this aspect, was kind of like this. You cannot stop blockchain, you cannot take blockchain down. And I always said, look, yeah, there is a future in the blockchain, and we probably will use it. But at that time, in 2017, it didn't look like it was a good idea. Just because we didn't want to associate Somnium with any scams and things like that, we just said, we'll wait. We have a lot of things to do. We'll have a lot of things to improve as a platform. So we waited, and then when NFT became a thing, when the standard became mature, and creating NFTs and everything and trading NFTs was a thing, we said, okay, now it's the time to actually place all the assets of Somnium onto the blockchain and actually allow people to trade those assets as they want, and control them in their own wallets, in a decentralized way from the Somnium. Now, my strong opinion about talking about decentralization. Are we striving to be decentralized in the future? Yes. Is it the time right now to do that? Absolutely no. Are there any platforms which are fully decentralized, like Somnium Space, which we are not? No. There is no fully decentralized platform out there, and whoever claims that, it's just a simple lie. Because everything at some point is a centralized thing, right? Someone has to make the decisions. There's someone's servers which have to run, even though there are some solutions, but you cannot run this world in a fully decentralized way, period. Technologically, in 2020 and in 2021, it is impossible. Now, will we be making steps to eventually become more and more decentralized? Yes. And the reason for that is, well, there are several reasons, but two main reasons are we want to give more and more control, and not a control, we want to give more and more freedom to people who are living in our world here. And on the second side, we want to become more and more independent against some central power trying to shut us down. Like, I don't want to have any instance, and I don't want to give any chance to anything, whether it's a government or entity or a company, to simply come in and say, look, we shut you down because whatever the reason. I want this world to run independently, whether I'm here or I'm not. I want this world to be able to continue striving and continue building, and nobody should be able to stop this happening. And of course, that's the goal. How to get there, it's another question. And it's definitely not a journey of 1 month or 5 months. So what do we always do in Somnium, and I hope you can confirm, we try not to overpromise, we try to deliver. And I never overpromise that we're fully decentralized and all those fancy concepts which people are jumping on, saying, oh, DAO and all this kind of stuff. Why don't you have this? Why don't you have this pool mining or all this kind of cool features? Like everybody else introducing. I'm like, everybody else introducing features, they should be more concentrated on their product rather than doing some Medium posts and stuff like that and promising mountains. But yeah, so are we going to be decentralized at some point? Yes. Will it be tomorrow? No. Will it be next year? No. But we'll be doing active steps to do that. By the way, talking about Microsoft, Microsoft is actually a great company. Like, they have so many different aspects. You would be surprised, but Microsoft is our partner. They own Altspace, yet they are a great partner to us as well. So we run on Azure servers, and they're a great supportive company. We have access to their talent. We have access to their engineers. We use that talent also sometimes. We have some partner programs we do with them. And it's amazing. Like, I can just say that I like Microsoft. And actually, I'm from among all the worlds of the social VR, I think I like Altspace the best, because it has this kind of like a balance between some mature people, some good conversations, some good events, and maybe the looks is not the my cup of tea, but hey, it is an interesting platform. So I don't know if I answered your questions, or at least some of those, but definitely.
Yeah, you definitely have, and I really appreciate all that, and I look forward to speaking more with you in regards to a variety of things. I don't want to take up too much of this of your time right now.
No worries. Yeah, we'll definitely, my pleasure. We'll definitely touch upon those. I'm always available on Discord here every day. We meet. Any questions, I'm happily discussing. When we're discussing, I'm also learning some stuff. I always want to hear different perspectives, and we all, actually, it's not me, but we all shape this world. And that's the most beautiful part about this. It's all of you. You are influencing this world as much as I'm influencing this world. So yeah, it's really great. I like how Pinder is sitting on the frog. It's just amazing. That's only can happen in VR, by the way. This is the power of VR. Pinder, can we hear you now? Can we test? 1, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
can you hear me?
echo now. So yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can
you
hear you
hear
now.
me now,
Yeah,
guys?
we can hear you now.
Oh, okay, man. Hold on. I
Come,
didn't
come
know
here,
this
come here,
thing
come
was
to me.
fog.
Let's show
Here we
the
go.
world your cool avatar. By the way, so this.
Is it Angie Taylor did this one?
Yes, amazing avatar.
Yeah. So this is, yeah. This has been. I guess I'll just jump into what I don't know. I've been messing around with my mic and I finally got it working. But I'll jump into why I think Somnium Space is awesome. It's just like I discovered it by chance. I was looking at art, and I've had these VR goggles forever, and I play games, and every so often, I like a game, but it doesn't last long. But then I can't. This is something that persists beyond that. Like these galleries are just amazing. And I think first day I walked in here, I was just wandering around and I ran into Natural Warp. And then he showed me all these galleries, and all of a sudden I'm experiencing these 360.
Oh yeah,
like a new kind of medium that I've never seen. Like this 360 art. The colors are always amazing. And then I see that the other piece of art is everyone's avatars. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've become obsessed. You know, I've done Mickey's avatar. I've done one of the avatars in Palamades series, but I've become obsessed with, like, as an artist, you're always looking for content, and there's this brand new world here that I've never seen before, or like anything like it before, and I keep on finding stuff. Oh, I did your portrait, of course. Right
yes.
Yeah,
well,
I
let's
just keep on
show
finding
it.
these like things that are like really inspirational to paint, and then to it's about finding interesting things and meeting interesting people. That's the big thing. And this one here, I did a portrait of Angie Taylor, and she made me this awesome avatar. And how cool is that?
It's freaking amazing.
The whole world is being built from nothing.
Yeah,
It's like every single thing in here is art. Everything. It's so cool.
absolutely.
Anyway, that's why I love the community, and I really enjoy Somnium Space. Okay.
Thanks,
I got
Pinder.
my-
I mean, and by the way,
to the
if you
back
don't know who
now.
Pinder is and what he's doing with a robot and AI and things, you should definitely check out his art because it's amazing. And definitely, I'm honored that my portrait was the first of the series of the AI portraits. It's crazy because the whole point of a physical robot using AI, drawing a virtual creature or a person which made a selfie inside Somnium Space is freaking mind-blowing to me. Like, if I think about it, every time I think about looking at my portrait, I'm like, yeah, that's as crazy as it can get, okay? Like, name me the more crazy thing,
Yeah, well,
I mean...
Yeah, it's gone from virtual to digital, then digital into a robot. They put it onto a canvas, and then a camera recorded that, made a time lapse. And so it's going back and forth between the digital and virtual world.
Yes.
And I'll do this. If anyone is interested in getting their avatar portraits, like just go to parcel 3267, and there's directions on how I'll collaborate with you. And there's even a photo booth. Stand in the photo booth, take some pictures of yourself right here in Somnium Space, send them to me, and the robot will paint them. And then we'll work out some kind of trade. That's the other thing I love with this community is, like, there's all sorts of trading going on. There's all these artists supporting other artists. It's like the biggest collectors here are the biggest artists. It's amazing. I'm having a lot of fun here.
Fantastic.
So, anyway,
and
that's it.
by the way, Pinder's parcel is dope. Okay, you can believe me. So please visit. It is a very, very, very good parcel. We've just been yesterday with Ferocious there. Yeah, we visited with Ferocious, and it was an amazing experience. We were like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like 5 floors, portrait, boom, robot is in the middle. Woo! Okay, so yeah, that is definitely cool, and thank you for kind words. For me, as I always say, the warmest thing to experience is when people create here and they love what they create. Like, this cannot be better. And I'm among them. Like, one thing I can tell. Some people ask me, like, Artur, like, what? So wait a second. What's the deal? Like, why do you buy land with everybody else, right? Like, why do you, as a CEO of the company, why didn't you get like free land or something? Why do you don't get free stuff? I always say that's the rule which we had from the very beginning of Somnium, and this rule will persist. Nobody gets anything for free. No team members, not me, nobody get anything for free. I had to buy and fight with everybody else for spots on the map, for the parcels, with my personal money, of my family personal money. And the reason for that is, first of all, transparency, and second of all, I want to be a fully fledged part of this economy together with you. I want to be, as much as I'm CEO of this thing, I'm also a player of this thing. I want to be part of this community. And the only way how to do it is to do it like this, is to do it fairly. So if I buy something, I want to be able to sell something later if I want. Because if I would get it for free, like it would not be right. And that's how it is. So whoever didn't know that, you now know. My wallet is transparent. You can have a look what I buy, what I do. It's all out there. And I probably spend too much money on art and avatars, but hey, it's wife approved, so all good. I'm safe. I'm safe. So far, I mean, she told me like, hey, don't you think that we have already enough avatars? I'm like, darling, but there's like, look at this avatar. It's so beautiful, and there's only one of one exists. I need to buy that, right? It's like, Artur, but you don't wear them. I'm like, I really wear them. Okay, there's different occasions, and I wear them on different occasions. So yeah, that's the kind of discussions where if someone from outside would listen to us, they're like, what the hell are they talking about? Like avatars? What? Why? What? So yeah, okay, maybe let me check the time. Last few bits. What is your craziest experience you had in Somnium? Like what whatever comes into your mind. I can start with mine.
Burning Man.
Oh, Burning Man. Okay, Burning Man. Yeah, Burning Man. Organization. You see my eyes? Look at my eyes. You should be ashamed, okay? But whatever. That's a different story. But yeah, Burning Man was Burning Man was crazy. That was amazing. And the concert and the whole event and the whole push from the community, all those stages and shows and art pieces and Nature Warp and Sanzu, and Ninit tie-up. We've created the concert in collaboration with her, and I think this is like one of the best concerts we had so far. I can tell you already, we have something cooking in for the beginning of 2021, probably February. There will be some amazing concert. We'll try to do it even better this time. So there will be some very, very cool things. We're talking to some very nice performers and artists, very known ones, by the way, as well. So expect some goodies to come into Somnium, and expect some bigger and nicer events eventually coming in. So this goes. So what other events? Again, I'll tell for me. I think, yeah, 1 second, Denver. So what for me is when DJ Mr. J is DJing for us from Reality every Saturday, or like a lot of Saturdays, and he's physically somewhere in his room. Behind him is the monitor showing the live stream from Somnium, showing us dancing and looking at physical him standing in his room and watching us watching him. That for me is always a crazy cool experience, and it's all live, so that is I enjoy it a lot, and this is just very, very cool. Denver?
Christmas concert.
Oh yeah, I must admit, Jambi,
That was nice.
I wanna on the camera, I wanna do this, Jambi. This is your I heard you saying yesterday something like, oh, I'm not singing professional or something like this. I was like, what is this guy talking about? Like, what? Okay, I don't know how would you sing more professionally, but it's crazy. It's amazing. And yeah, Christmas concert with all the atmosphere and the snow and the magic forest and you singing and all being live. It was magical. It was as if, for me, it was as if I was in a Christmas concert, like a real Christmas concert with everything I would want from Christmas concert to be. Like, that's definitely.
When are we going to add a clapping sound to when we do this with our hands?
Yeah.
Jembe, I'll tell you, this is like you're.
That's a good idea, actually. That's a good idea, and
Thank you.
suggest ideas. By the way, I think I want to thank our team in general. Like Somnium team, we've been rocking updates so first we started like every 3 weeks, and then we made it every 2 weeks, and then we made it every week. Like we're just hammering those things out and just putting. So I want to thank everybody who are involved in Somnium, and you are also, of course, all in this. But yes, the team rocks. The team will grow in 2021 thanks to you who supported us. By the way, Somnium has beaten all the expectations and all the records in 2020. Like, we've expected that much, we've ended up that much, and thanks to that, we'll grow faster, we will deliver better, and something will change, and the change to the better. So we will be talking about onboarding people, talking about having the more mainstream, people coming in here. That's the goal for 2021. We will be polishing the whole experience. We'll be making it more robust, more better. We put some fundamental pieces in place, like a puzzle, in 2020. That's definitely true. We did those very important parts, very hard parts, but now we'll be building upon them, and we will deliver some cool stuff. And talking about cool events, like yesterday's event was one of the best events we had in Somnium. Like that is true. And you have to realize yesterday's event was organized because all the other events we mentioned, like Christmas concert and stuff, they were organized kind of centrally by Somnium Space. But yesterday's event was fully done on a parcel, and every parcel owner can actually run such an event without any problem. That is a magical part of the yesterday's event. That's why it's so special, because it had everything. It had live music, it had art, it had networking, after party, and it was all built on the parcel without using any power of central Somnium power. I mean, this is important to realize. So every user can actually do that on their own parcel easily. So Disco. Oh yeah, disco. Yeah, disco.
Oh yeah, disco.
I mean, I had one like mind-blowing experience also. I want to tell, but you kept talking.
I like to talk, okay? Because it's my show. I want to talk. All right, go ahead, Mickey.
I don't know if you remember this one. You should remember when we did that video call.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Like, I remember at that time, like, at first you just sent me a link. I was like, what? Oh, which these? I click on it, it's a video call. I'm like, but wait, I'm eating and stuff.
Yeah.
I had my virtual video cam, and you in VR could see my virtual cam as well.
Yeah, and Jambi was in that call as well, and Chris.
And then I came in, and I logged in my tablet, opened up OBS virtual cam, and went to my parcel, and we did a call between two parcels.
Yeah, so we were having a video call. This was important with the two people from outside world. They were calling us into VR from a normal world through their webcams, but at the same time, I was talking with Mickey while he was walking inside Somnium on his own parcel, and we were seeing him live. I was able to actually like lean like this and see on his parcel and see him walking in the parcel. That was mind-blowing. I mean, this is definitely like one of the highlights, and it's still on video. We had caught it on video. You can re-watch the recording. It was one of the Saturday disco nights, I think, right? It was something like that.
Yeah,
so,
it was.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think there's the link in the name as well, which is
right. Exactly. We'll try to link that. We'll try to link this in the description. I'm like a YouTuber. We'll link it in the description below. Okay. Press that like button. Press that like button and the bell button so you don't miss any new videos from us. All right. Do it.
I mean, if you can do it, put it in the info card on the top right of the video.
Info. Oh, we're getting fancy here. Info card. Maybe you'll find an info card somewhere here. All right. Maybe not. Maybe I'm lazy and I won't do it. Okay. Yeah.
If you're not lazy.
There. If I'm not lazy, you'll find it there. If I'm lazy, I'm lazy. You'll find nothing. Yeah. Maybe you'll find just a beautiful art. Look. Oh, by the way, shout out to all the guests we had in Deeptown Diaries, like Lukas Risotto, Amy Peck, Alvin van Grelen from HTC, Robert Scoble, who we have there behind, Fivocious, of course, Charlie Fink, and many, many more. Alota Money, and then we had a panel discussion, and we had 14 episodes already, and this is the 15th episode in this, and this is a passion project for me. Like, first of all, I tend to talk to great people, and it was fun. I mean, we didn't we gained some subscribers and stuff, but like, it's definitely a lot of fun, and new season 2 will be amazing. And I think for me, what was like, because this show is on Spotify officially, like listening to this show in my car, this is cool. Like I was like, yeah, baby, bring it on. I have my own podcast. Hey, it's from VR, you know, like that's awesome. So definitely a cool experience, and I'm thankful that I can actually do this in VR, and that all those guests accept my invitation. This is fantastic. So thank you everyone who already accepted the invitation, and thank you for those who are being planned to come in the new season. We'll definitely talk soon about that. And yeah, I must say, 2020 was a crazy year with many respects, but we have achieved a lot as the community, as the company, and I think the industry in general matured. And I'm talking about VR industry, I'm talking about blockchain industry, I'm talking about art industry. We all together actually put that in you know, put it up and lift it up. And like during yesterday's event, I was looking at everybody, and you know, we are mingling here and having this, and I was thinking, you know, even a year ago, people would not be able to imagine that an art event like this was even possible. I think some people don't even understand it right now. They don't understand that you can have a absolutely immersive experience as if you were here in VR in real time, and have those, you know, talk to each other and explore the art and things like that. So that is great. We will continue pushing this even further. And yeah, many more adventures are coming because new updates are coming. Tomorrow, if everything goes right, we wanted actually to launch Somnium Web today, which is the 30th of December 2020. We have some server problems or some setup problems. So if all goes well, we will be actually launching Somnium Web tomorrow. And this will be a huge update. And right after that, in New Year, in Q1 of 2021, Somnium Worlds will come. This is the biggest update ever we did. And 2021 will bring a lot of stuff. For example, a full integration of Somnium Cubes and economy, and basically fee-less transactions and instant transactions and ownership transfers and stuff inside Somnium. So monetizations of any type will be possible, and Somnium Cubes will be in the center of all of that. And of course, teleporters and waterfront parcels, they're coming. I'm already testing them, by the way. I'm building on my waterfront parcels. Whoop, whoop. Just saying. So this functionality is coming soon too. No, I don't give you anything. No, it's cool. Building into the water is cool. Okay, I can confirm. So yeah, gentlemen and ladies, and everyone who will be watching this, thank you for being with us. Thank you for being such an awesome community. I really, really mean it. You have to believe me. I really mean it. And on that note, you don't see me crying because I have these cool glasses, obviously. But on that note, I would like to finish that episode. And we need to, you know, this is my dream. Can we say my key phrase, which I always say in the end of every episode, but all together? Can we do it? You know the phrase? If you don't know the phrase,
chaos.
it's chaos, but it's a good chaos. So I always say, see you on the other side of the monitor. So let's do it together. So everyone, thank you for watching, and until the next time, see you on the other side of the monitor. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Bye-bye.
Should practice this
And
before.
will be an episode if I didn't do this.
Yeah, that would be exactly. Bye-bye. It will not be here.